Greetings, geeks. Welcome to a very special episode 599 of Geeks in Space. I'm Rob Commander Taco Malda, and I am here today, as always, with the usual gentlemen. I've got Chris DeBona.
Hey.
And Rob Roseboom.
Hi.
And the first story on the list, we're jumping right in, is Omega Mart, because this thing made me as happy as I could possibly be this weekend.
Yeah. Play the lemons thing if you get. There we go.
Message for customers who have recently purchased Omega Mart lemons. Some customers have confused Omega Mart lemons with lemons. For that, we're sorry. Please return this product to Omega Mart immediately. Or for assistance, please call the number on your screen. For your safety, this product has been removed from our shelves and will be carefully disposed of. Omega Mart thanks you for your continued trust.
Okay, so I have 1 million questions.
Okay.
My first question that I need to get off my chest is, are these real commercials for a real place that I can really go to and purchase grocery store type items?
You cannot purchase things. It's a art installation.
Well, it's a immersive experience at Area 15 in Las Vegas, which is like a Dave and Buster's on steroids with acid.
From what I read, I don't know if that's still true, but you could choose to be a customer or you could go in as an employee to Mega Mart, where they would teach you like they would do like a handbook sort of stuff and show you around. So you could experience it in two different ways.
That's amazing because, well, first of all, I could just go right there and I bet you I could be one of the best grocery baggers that they've ever had at Omega Mart, because I got to tell you, I'm good at bagging groceries. It's my thing. I'm not allowed to discuss it when I go to the grocery store with Kathleen with the baggers because I have such strong opinions because it's what I did in high school for like 3 years. But this looks so cool. And those ads are the funniest thing that I saw this weekend.
So the shots inside I've seen, they're sort of along the theme and they have some of the same products that are in the ads. But the ads are absolutely stellar. If you haven't watched the Omega Mart commercials, check them out. The link that we have on the Reddit page is like 4 or 5 of them, but I think there's 8 separate commercials. Yeah, they're really
I only got through the first couple.
So. You are in for a treat.
They're great. Yeah.
It's like the care, the detail. They look like VHS tapes that you dubbed, in the VCR when you were a kid. It's so great. I won't lie, man. There's some next level creative work happening there. I'm very proud to even have an opportunity to see that. That's great.
Yeah. So it's like a giant store set sort of between dimensions and times. So there's all sorts of weird products in it.
So it's
like
Meyer Thrifty Acres.
Yeah, one of the items they sell is just called Done. If you want to be done, you can buy boxes of Done. Individually wrapped wheat squares, which are just pieces of bread. They have a cleaning products and now including fun size. So they're like little teeny spray bottles the size of your thumb. Stuff like that. Yeah. It's just really good stuff.
Yeah. Next level crazy. Next level clever. That was actually I actually watched the first commercial and then saved the rest of them so that I could watch the rest of them when Kathleen was available. It was that funny.
So I can't ever advocate people go to Las Vegas, but maybe if we flew in, went to this, and then flew out the same day, that would be okay.
Can we go shoot machine guns while we're there?
Is that a thing you want to do?
I love shooting machine guns.
So there's another thing where you can operate heavy machinery.
I've never done that. I want to.
I want to do that one. They call it the Big Digger or something like that. But it's that sounds actually super fun. Running an excavator.
Well, right. Maybe in the morning we go to Omega Mart. Afternoon we shoot guns, In the evening, we run big machinery and then get the hell out of town.
It's,
Perfect day.
It's 20 days. We step off the plane. What's the line? It was 20 miles out of Barstow when the drugs hit.
Yeah, drugs kicked in.
Yeah.
It'll be just like that.
Las Vegas.
I miss Las Vegas, but you guys are well aware that I love Las Vegas.
I was born there. I don't miss it at all. I should never go back,
That's fair. But I've always regarded it as the perfect vacation for lazy grown-ups. It's like Disneyland for lazy grown-ups because you can get yourself on the strip and then you're a 5-minute cab ride away from like 50 things, none of which are going to be the coolest thing you've ever seen, but many of which are way cooler than anything you're going to normally see.
I don't know. I associate it with terrible conferences and, cloying cigarette smoke on your body.
It's also a place where, if you have a lot of money, you can do some crazy shit, but you can also have a good time even if you don't have a lot of money.
Yeah.
Like there's stuff to do in various sort of brackets of money that you want to spend. So
you can have a ton of fun just playing dollar slots and, not lose a lot of money and drink for free. And you can watch drunk people on the strip. There's so much fun stuff to do. Also, it's a good place for douchebags to get married.
Yeah, I know a bunch of people who've gotten married there.
Yeah. Yep. All right, let's see.
That was the one trip to Las Vegas that I still think was very sweet.
Aw, well, you're very kind.
And then there's 1,000 stupid Comdex-esque shows where I'm like, ugh.
Right.
The place of my birth is a hellscape meant for no man.
You're not wrong. Yeah. All right, so Ingenuity, the Perseverance's helicopter. Got to tell you, it's getting tricky to keep track of all of this. What was the name of the spaceship that dropped this? They had a spaceship that dropped Perseverance, which dropped Ingenuity. It's like the Cat in the Hat. They're going to keep taking smaller and smaller robots until they get to Cat Voom.
Yeah.
So yeah, the helicopter's out.
That's great.
It spent the night surviving whatever ridiculous cold it has to endure. And what do you know when the first scheduled flight is?
I think it's not for a little while.
Because they're doing one go up 10 meters, go
first
back down.
First flight no earlier than April 11th, so 5 days.
That's not long.
They want to run through a bunch of test stuff before they start selling tickets. To
NASA, so boring. I want to test it before I fly it on a spacecraft helicopter, 1 billion miles away.
Right. Okay.
So it has a little solar panel on it. Does it actually recharge, you think? Because I thought they were only going to go for like 4 flights and then boom, it was toast, right?
Yeah, it's only scheduled to have a few flights, but I can't imagine that Papa Perseverance is coming back and plugging itself back into the USB-C port.
Well, right, but also it has a solar panel on it.
Right.
You right there in the middle? Or is that just an antenna? But yeah. So I think that they designed it so that it could recharge. It might take a while, but it can recharge and then take off. Or at least stay in communication for a while. So
well, you can trust that Geeks in Space will be here to talk about this.
I like that little robot.
Yeah, I'm excited too.
I have affection for it.
I'm excited too. So, did you hear about Space Jam 2?
Space Jam 2?
Did you look at the link that I shared?
Space Jam 2?
It's Space Jam 2.
Whoa, cool.
They sell Space Jam. Look at their shopping list.
Space Jam and the URL.
You can buy Space Jam recipe or spacejam2.com, the domain name.
Did you buy one?
$1 million domain name? No, Chris.
No, the other.
You're just buying the recipe, right? You're not buying the actual stuff.
Oh my gosh, seriously?
I hope so.
They're not even giving you the real thing?
No, it's great.
But they do have a trailer for Space Jam.
Yeah, Space Jam trailer.
There's your Space Jam 2 trailer on the Space Jam 2 site.
So again, very clever. They could make that money. Space Jam 2, the film, their website was known because it was like a 1995 website that remained completely unupdated until about a week ago when they dropped the trailer for the new movie, which has a new basketball player because it's not Michael Jordan.
It's LeBron James.
Is that who it was? I don't know who basketball players are. But
That's LeBron James, I think.
But the best comment that I read was imagine the Warner Brothers meeting where they had to discuss the synergy. And the line was something to the effect of, we're going to need you to turn down the sexuality of the bunny, but also we're going to need you to add the rapists from Clockwork Orange into the background. If you look in the crowd, the droogs from Clockwork Orange are like there.
Pepe Le Pew is gone. But his droogs are there, all messed up on methamphetamine milk.
Yep. Yep. Good job, Warner Brothers. Corporate synergy.
Yeah, here I found the picture. Hold on. So weird. Why would you have the droogs? I mean, those are clearly the droogs.
Yeah. Well, they're
right.
I assume it's a Warner Brothers movie, and they just because there's Scooby.
It is a Warner Brothers movie. There's Scooby.
Chitara from Lion-O, whatever that is.
Thundercats. Yeah.
What are the blue people? Are those avatars? They can't be avatars. That's a different.
No, they don't matter. Is he Top or
No.
Isn't that one of the White Walkers?
Is it? Oh my goodness! I think you're
right. It is, and that's a Wraith behind him.
It could be. And the Wraith. That's from Stargate Atlantis, right?
And they've got the purple dinosaur from Flintstones.
Yeah, that's Flintstones.
So, I guarantee you, they pull the droogs out before that movie ships.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't
think a lot of people recognize the Clockwork Orange.
No, what's the bet?
Care about that?
Oh, that's Chitara up there.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, what's the bet? We had a bottle of Picard wine. You made me a fine coffee cake. I'm trying to think of
don't you dare call it a coffee cake.
I know. I'm sorry. Carrot cake. It's the best carrot cake. You make
what is this building back here? The sort of reddish building. Is that because it's not the clock tower from Back to the Future?
But that's not Warner Brothers, is it? That's
no, it's not.
Well,
but yeah, I'm trying to figure out what this building is. Is it the Addams Family?
No.
House?
Well, there's a whole lot of corporate synergy in that photo.
No.
Yeah.
It's not the Addams Family. I'm sure there's like a breakdown on some channel about every aspect of this dumb thing.
Right. Yep. Here's the worst part. I rewatched the original Space Jam about a year ago.
Is it any good?
It is garbage.
I've never seen it.
It is hot garbage.
That's hard to believe.
I know. Shocking, right?
Yeah.
But I do.
Is it hard to believe because Rob Malda has such good taste in film?
Well, it's hard to believe that Rob will call an animated movie garbage. Because Rob loves cartoons. So what I'll say is that the first one is charming in for what it is. It's a dumb thing. The movie itself is dumb. This one's weird because it's essentially the multiverse equivalent. Because now they're not just in the Looney Tunes universe. Now they're in the Warner Brothers universe. So all properties, which could be fun, but it's going to be horrible.
Hey, it seems that we're not streaming, just for the record.
Oh, no? Well, I'm recording, so I'll...
You're recording? Okay.
I'll upload it separate.
So you're saying they merged it with Ready Player One?
It sure looks
like
it.
Yeah, it looks very Ready Player One. Yeah. Blah. Blah. All right, let's keep going. Also, I think, they're asking too much for the URL. They should have asked for like 100,000, 200,000.
You're probably right. But it's Space Jam 2, and they literally have one chance. You know what I mean? You got in a month.
I think they're going to blow their shot. That's all I'm going to say.
All right. Okay, Sco Linux, back from the dead.
Yeah, what was this about?
There's just some rumor that they're going to take a new court case up. The thing that I thought was funny is that the article itself opens up by saying, Sco and Caldera, two companies that you've never heard of. I'm like, oh, crap.
Well, the thing about it is it was originally not... So people keep talking about this like it's an IP or a patent or a copyright problem. It's not. It's a contract dispute between IBM and the deathly corpsey remains of SCO, right? SCO says that under their contract, X and Y was not supposed to happen, and that it happened, and therefore IBM is vulnerable. And it's like, I know it's so much sexier to say someone's coming after Linux, but it's like, it's just IBM and SCO fighting.
This is how the media works. You frame everything in the way that you maximize outrage. That is what we farm.
It's just, it was frustrating 17 years ago. It's still just dumb,
Oh, there's so much more things to be frustrated about today.
Is there?
There is.
Oh, let's go there then.
All right. Well, let's get a couple good things out of the way. We got a Loki trailer,
which was enjoyable. And is it me, or does Owen Wilson in this profile look a lot like the Elder Stark?
He does.
He looks like Iron Man 3 or 2 or 1.
He does.
He looks like Howard Stark.
Yeah.
Doesn't
he? He gives me a little bit of a Bill Murray vibe.
Oh,
yeah.
I could see that.
I see it, like right there.
From like Rushmore.
Yeah.
So
wow.
What I love is they call him, in the trailer, they refer to Loki as a variant, which I absolutely love. That's the right way to do this.
Why do you love it?
Because we've got that implies that there are many Lokis, multiverse Lokis or multi-timeline Lokis. And I think that's a really cool way to think about it, because like in like a Back to the Future 2 or whatever, you're thinking of that's the same character that you're interacting with, but in this they're thinking of this is an alternate timeline for your character, and I like that. It's a fun idea.
Yeah, my favorite part now, my disdain usually for time travel premises. But this was my favorite part, where he gives him this thing. He's like, here's everything you've ever said. Can you please sign it? And he starts to argue.
Yeah.
The fax machine puts out another piece of paper and sets it down. And this.
It felt like Brazil.
Yep. There you go.
Yeah, it's got the CRTs. It's very Brazil. Yeah. And it's color.
Yeah. I'm excited about this one. We don't have to talk about Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but I hate to say it, Falcon and the Winter Soldier is not firing on all cylinders for me.
It's dull.
It's not
so
that good.
Dull.
It's, again, like we talked last week, if you're going to have a show based on characters that no one really cares about to begin with, the plot has to be good, right? You have to care about these characters, and they really haven't done a very good job with that.
And also, I guess the Flag Smashers are they trying to have us not like them or like them?
They're trying to keep it ambiguous because they have to reveal what's going to happen, in the next episode or two. The Flag Smashers are going to probably be the good guys, and Captain America's working for the bad guys, and da-da-da-da-da. Unfortunately, I have a feeling that with WandaVision, we spent the entire time making predictions that ended up being wildly untrue because they were so outlandish. I think in this one, it's just there's kind of only one prediction, and we just kind of have to wait for it to unravel.
I don't know. I think we figured out what was going on in WandaVision in the very first episode.
Yeah.
I think we're pretty spot on. Yeah.
But then we spent the following 6 episodes trying to pretend that there was more people.
Was fun.
Yeah.
The journey ended up being really, really fun. Although it was a little cold on in the beginning, warmed up fast, and also let's be real. The main actors and Paul Bettany and what's her name?
Bettany and Olsen are really good.
They're solid. Right, and I think it's the same thing's true of Loki. Hiddleston's going to nail it. It's going to be entertaining. Yeah. He's not going to let it be sucky, And boring and the boring. It's just boring.
Yeah, both of them though, like Loki and WandaVision, have an interesting story that maybe a few the time travel. Maybe there's a few examples of that, but you're not inundated with it. Like Falcon and the Winter Soldier is just an action film. I mean,
but it's not even a very good one.
Yeah, one of 100,000, though. You know what I mean? There's nothing interesting going on.
It's like one of those I hate to say it, when Sharon Carter is probably the best actors so far in the thing. I mean, and she's all right. Don't get me wrong, but you can't hang a show on, brief appearance of Sharon Carter in episode 4.
So yesterday I rewatched Winter Soldier.
Yeah, so good.
And Winter Soldier is fine. But again, Winter Soldier works because Bucky's a bad guy, and he's an awesome bad guy. And Falcon is a supporting character.
Much.
Falcon is a supporting character, and Carter is a supporting character. And that is a movie led by Cap. It turns out Anthony Mackie is not really that good of a leading man. And Bucky is awesome, but I think Bucky's a support guy too.
It's all support players, right? And Kurt Russell's kid, he's just not good enough. He doesn't have the charm of his father to carry this thing,
For Winter Soldier to be interesting, I mean, Winter Soldier basically is a cybernetic crow, right? That's the kind of style and vibe he has. And the crow works because it is full of style and vibe. So if you're going to have the Winter Soldier, you have to have that style and vibe with it.
He's no Brandon Lee, I'll tell you what.
Yeah. Otherwise, he's just a sort of a mopey, semi-emo guy who regrets that he was a tool of evil.
I mean, you got to ask, who said, you know what this needs? It needs a shrimp boat subplot.
Yep.
It definitely needs a shrimp boat.
Well, notice how that plot has disappeared. We're not going to talk about that until the epilogue, or there'll be one scene where they bring her back.
Well, he got a phone call from her, and it was just honestly, 30 seconds of the most awkward filming. You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of Iron Fist. You're watching Iron Fist, and you're like, why am I watching Iron Fist? And I'm watching Falcon and Winter Soldier, and I'm like, this isn't fun. It's in the same universe in theory, but it's like the long drama of the convenience store guy. It's like you don't care.
I think that the other thing is that for both Loki and for WandaVision, they both have a style component to them. A tone that you can see is going to happen. WandaVision had the magical thing of the TV universe for half of the runtime of the show, and Loki's going to be weird, like the scene that we're talking about that looks sort of like Brazil, but they're going to be traveling through weird alternate things.
Yeah,
really, this is just Falcon and the Winter Soldier is just basically a lower budget version of Winter Soldier with less charismatic leads.
Yeah, and WandaVision, Loki both have sort of fun storylines, even though WandaVision's a little bit tragic. It's fun, right? Because you're watching all the different generations. But they've decided to take Falcon and the Winter Soldier and make it a story about racial injustice and social commentary, because that's what the Flag Smashers are. And both the storylines can be interesting, but you got to have the chops to do it right.
Yeah,
you got to decide that that's what you're going to do then, and they're just dabbling in it, and it makes it stupid.
It's really true. If they had gone all in on the very real logistic problems of resettling 3.5 billion people, making sure they have food, making sure that they, not just hey, who owns this house now? That's been sold or burned or. All these things. This would be an incredibly complex undertaking. It could be actually really fun.
Wives and husbands showing back up, children showing back up.
Right. We collected our inheritance from Grandma. Now Grandma's back after 5 years. What do you do in that situation? You sold her house.
Yeah, there's a lot of little...
You probably didn't, because suddenly there was 3.5 billion worth of housing available.
Nobody's buying
houses. It's just like nothing makes sense anymore, So I mean, that could be really fun. You could go to the very human story of post blip. I mean, it's like that part in Spider-Man: Far From Home where everyone reappears in the middle of the basketball game. You're like, whoa! And suddenly people are different ages.
There's tons of interest. There's tons of interesting little stories that can be told, and you could add you could still add the racial and social stuff to it to say look, everything's changed. Everything's changed, but this shit still exists, right?
Yep.
All kinds of great ways to make this story interesting and have action in it. And they've decided to sort of muddy the waters and not go for it. I don't know. It's not entertaining.
Instead, they focus on the deep relationship between Falcon and the winner.
Can you believe he gave that shield up?
Let's talk about it again.
Cool. Well, let's answer the real question.
Obviously, very
whose
accurate.
poop would be bigger, King Kong
Godzilla?
or Godzilla?
I like this. I like the story because I had an answer right away, and the scientist there was correct. Like King Kong obviously would have bigger poops.
Well, it goes down to how lizards process their food versus how the monkey, the banana eating monkey man, processes, right? So,
Sure.
My only problem with this is that he goes on what a gorilla would actually eat.
right.
And in King Kong, you never see King Kong actually eating foliage like a gorilla does. He is always eating meat. But even having said that, he's warm-blooded, so his metabolism is a lot faster. His digestion is a lot more inefficient than the lizards, even if that lizard was mesothermic, like a crocodile or a shark. So it is a completely cold-blooded. Yeah. King Kong, bigger.
So I watched this show, not the pooping show, but the Kong versus Godzilla, and I really enjoyed the parts where they were fighting each other.
Yep.
You know,
And then not so much the entire rest.
Much as we predicted, it was about Mecha Godzilla being put down by Kong. I mean, we called it. It wasn't hard, right?
Nope. If you watched any of the old Godzilla movies, this plot was the plot of I think the Terror of
like
Mechagodzilla. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Yep. Honestly, yeah.
All right. Well, I'm glad that we had a story about Godzilla poop. That's all I'm saying. All right. We have two things left. One, Chris, why don't we just let you talk about the Supreme Court ruling? You tweeted about it all day yesterday. And I know you wanted to talk about that.
You know, I have this background. You wouldn't re-implement an API that the EFF did and hung in their office. Oracle was shown to have overreached, as is their way. They lost. They lost hard. 6-2 ruling from the Supreme Court. And the dissenting view was hilarious. And it's just divergence. It like goes on to this attack of Section 230 and tries to bring like Amazon and Facebook into it. It's like, what is going on here? Was Thomas drunk when he wrote this thing? I mean, it was such a weird dissent. And so, but the long and short of it is they're like, we're not going to address the question if APIs are copyrightable or not. We're just going to let that lie, but we're going to say it's absolutely fair use to use them. So, and it's just like, it's a breathtaking, clear response. They're like, nope, you don't get to shut off the computer industry because you just don't like Google.
Right.
And it's crazy.
I am glad that this is all done now and we'll never have to have another court case about it again.
Right.
See also SCO versus Caldera versus everything. This shit never dies. That's nice though. Those stories always make me super grouchy. Everything about like copywriting APIs and stuff, like, come on, man, knock it off. It's the same thing as the right to repair stuff. Like, come on, knock it off. I paid for it. I can poke at it. The last thing that I have on my list is the one that I think might cause that vein in Chris's neck to burst.
Oh, yeah?
Because it was First Contact Day, which is the opportunity for everything Star Trek to be unleashed onto the universe. And so there's a Discovery trailer for season 4, which whatever. I'll watch it. I liked season 3 okay. But the main thing is they had a Picard teaser. that told us that John Delancey's coming to Picard. It's Q time.
Yeah, I'm telling you, if they include Tuvix
Oh,
and young Alexander,
they're gonna have it all.
perfect.
And Neelix. Don't forget Neelix.
Well, I said Tuvix.
Tuvix.
Tuvix is my preferred version of Neelix, where he,
Oh, okay.
do you remember the episode where he merges with Tuvok and they become Tuvix? You've forgotten, I can tell.
Yep.
I'm going to have a seizure.
I was thinking of Neelix when you said Tuvix.
I hate these characters so
Just
much.
when you thought you couldn't hate Neelix
pooping
anymore.
all over poor Patrick Stewart, It's like, it's just, Q sucks. Q sucks so much. He sucks more than Neelix sucks, and Neelix sucks a lot.
Q is the incarnation of Deus Ex Machina, and it just makes me so bored. It's like, okay, whatever I wanted to just happened. Cool. We're all real motivated as characters now. I don't care about the continuum.
To be perfectly honest, one of the things I think that's worse about the next generation is it begins and ends with that nonsense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For
sure.
In the last year, I rewatched, I don't know, maybe 60% of the Next Generation, and unfortunately, the guide that I had made me watch all the Q episodes, because you have to watch the Q episodes because the Q episodes are connected to the sort of main plot line of the show, because it's the opening and closing of the show, and they're just dumb. He's not an interesting character. His backstory, like, okay, I could be down for like the continuum and all of that. Like, I feel like there's a way that you could make that interesting, but I don't like John Delancey as an actor. I don't like that the writers can just use him to do anything they want and nothing matters. It's like the point system in
What about the one
anyway.
What about the one where he loses his Q powers and has to be a person for a while to teach him stuff?
Yep, he learns. We all learn with Q.
Or the one, isn't there one where he has a daughter or something? Yeah. And he's...
What about the ones where he goes to Omega Mart and tries to pay with coupons?
Coupons.
Yeah.
Don't sully the name of Omega Mart.
Get it out of your foul mouth.
Now the real question is, who poops bigger, Q or Godzilla?
Oh, I think
Godzilla.
But that's the thing. It doesn't matter because he's Q. There, I pooped the size of the planet Earth. It's so stupid. The Q is very much the example of when we see these in the Marvel movies and in the superhero movies, where there comes a point where you've given your good guy too many powers, and because of that he's stupid. And in this case, you've given your bad guy too many powers, and because of that he's stupid.
He's the D&D game where you've given all the characters too powerful weapons.
Right.
And now you have to make them nonsense. He's that come to life.
Yep. Yeah. But at least I used my Discovery background for today.
Yeah.
Oh, right. What was the John Delancey brony thing?
Oh, yeah. So he had a voice in the Friendship is Magic, like one episode, I think. And because of that, he got to go to all the brony cons, and like was a guest in the brony cons. And apparently he is not a particularly nice person and did not particularly like the bronies. And he made a documentary, and they kickstarted a documentary about the bronies that he was involved in. And the shenanigans attached to the making of this documentary are quite bizarre. I think the movie got pirated or something, and he freaked out about it, so they never released it. But there was some controversy. I don't know the details. Jenny Nicholson has her Brony documentary is really, really good. I've mentioned it before, but she talks a lot about Delancey in it towards the end.
Yeah. I don't know. I've been watching, slightly off topic, but we've been watching Into the Storm. Have you guys watched the Q documentary on HBO?
Nope.
It's worth watching.
Oh boy.
It's worth watching.
All right, so I need to get my adrenochrome slushy machine working. Oof. Yeah, I've been meaning to watch that one, but I've been so heavy on watching Oscar nominees.
Yeah, how many do you have left to do?
I have 8 left, seven and a half left. I'm halfway through Da Five Bloods, which is so far awesome. I really am enjoying it. That one I think is Spike Lee, and it's got Chadwick Boseman in a small role. But it's actually really good, and I'm enjoying it a lot.
Oh, yeah, that's what they did in Falcon and Winter Soldier. They brought back Wakandan, and it's like that's your big.
Yeah,
that makes sense for Bucky.
It does
least, because
he's the White Wolf.
He got repaired out there. Like he would have hung out with her.
Yeah, it's such a bad show. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Yet somehow I'm gonna have to watch it.
Yeah, my biggest movie or television show watching regret right now is that I've watched all of Invincible, and I should have had the patience just to let it all come out and then binge it. Because when I'm done watching it, I'm angry that there isn't more to watch.
Right?
It's so good. I'm really enjoying it.
But that's got to be the best thing that's coming out right now. Like that I have a new episode that I'm excited for. I can't think of anything else.
Yeah, Thursday.
Yeah.
Superhero related for sure.
What's good that's not superheroes? And what's good in terms of new TV shows?
Well, I just said that I've been watching Q, and that's pretty good.
Oh, I thought that was a movie.
No, it's a documentary.
Gotcha.
Into the Storm, whatever it is.
Yeah. I'm still going through The Patriot, which isn't new, but if you haven't watched it, it's
New to you.
fantastic.
New
It's
to
new to me.
I'm just trying to think of like, are there any shows that are like, it's coming out on Tuesday and I can't wait for episode 6? You know what I mean? There's only Invincible and Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I think, are the only two that I'm waiting with any interest on an updated episode. Well, gentlemen, let us say our farewells. Goodbye, Chris DeBona.
Bye, everybody.
Goodbye, Rob Roseboom.
See ya.
This has been episode 599 of Geeks in Space. Watching Darkman tomorrow, so you got a lot to do to catch up.